Hey everybody, I am coming making this video message, and I want to let you know that the best response is no response. Let me say that again. The best response is no response. I want you all to learn to deal with situations with people in a more mature manner. And this is going to require you to, first of all, be humble, and second of all, to have self-control. You have got to understand that giving a response to a person or a situation should only be given if you know you're going to get somewhere with that individual. As you all know, there are a lot of, like I like to say, problematic people. There are a lot of people who are very argumentative. There are a lot of people who are very confrontational. There are a lot of people who are extremely volatile. And so when you give responses to these types of people, you will find yourself more than likely going around in a bunch of circles. You going up and down, back and forth, and you're not getting anywhere. The conversation that you're having with the person, because of whatever kicked off, you know for a fact you're not going to be able to break through to the person, because if they are stuck on their right, you're wrong about everything, or they're the type of person that feel like you can't tell them anything, then why are you wasting your time giving a response? Sometimes in the best situation, not saying anything, not giving any type of response, any type of rebuttal or feedback, that is the best thing for the situation. It keeps you stress free. It keeps you from getting in your flesh, arguing with the person, and it stops the situation from growing into a bigger problem than it ought to. And so when you don't respond, that is actually the best response, because people understand. And if they don't understand, eventually you've got to trust that they're going to figure out that you ignoring them and you not giving them a response is actually your response. Sometimes when you deal with certain people and you know how they are, you backing away and you being quiet and you not giving over to giving them some type of a reaction that they are waiting for or that they feel entitled to. Sometimes they will wake up and realize, you know what, this person is not responding to me, this person is quiet, this person is ignoring me, I must be the problem. Because if they really cared about how I felt, or they cared about the situation, they would respond to me. They would text me back, they would call me back, they would try to meet up with me so we can have some type of conversation and come to a conclusion or a resolution for what the problem is. But when you know that people are not going to do that, the best response is no response. Learn to give responses to people that matter. Learn to give responses to situations that you know are going to change for the better. Learn to give responses to where you know you can react in a good way and it teaches that person something, or they learn something from it and they become a better person. The situation is handled, whatever it is, and it's rectified, and each party walks away happy. But I find excuse me, I find that a lot of people, they are always quick to give a response. They're quick to give somebody a rebuttal. They are quick to give somebody an answer to something that they say to them. Maybe the person disrespected them in some way. Maybe the person told information that they were not supposed to tell. When certain things like that kick off, there are so many different people out here. They feel it is their duty to give a response, because a lot of people who don't give a response, they feel like, well, if I don't give a rebuttal to this person is going to continue to play with me. This person is going to continue to disrespect me. This person is going to continue to treat me like I'm a clown or like I don't matter, and they're going to continue to undermine me. So I have to respond to them. I have to put them in their place, because once I put them in their place, they're going to know not to mess with me next time. I'm here to tell you all, it is not always going to go like that. With some people, and everybody does not agree with this, a lot of people in this world, And it's not just saved people. There are many unsaved people who believe when there is a situation with somebody, no matter who it is or what it is, they believe you are supposed to respond to them. They believe that. They believe you are supposed to be upfront with people in a situation. I'm not saying don't be upfront, but they just believe that it doesn't matter how a person is. Give a response when it's time for you to give a response. In every situation, you're not going to always be able to give a response because it would be pointless. That is what I want you all to get from this message. Some responses, they are literally pointless. Do you know how frustrating it is to talk to somebody and it's a serious situation going on and something has happened and you all really need to have a discussion about what kicked off? But you know the person or the people you're talking to, you know you're not going to get a word in edgewise. You know they're not going to listen to anything you're saying. You know if you confronted them about something that they did or said, they're probably going to accuse you of lying, or they're going to say it's not true. They're not going to be man or woman enough to openly admit, you know what, you're right. I should not have done that. I should not have said that. You know this already. And so once you know how people operate, once you know their temperament, once you know their character, once you know how they act when certain things are brought to them or when certain things kick off, again, why are you giving a response? No response is always the best response when dealing with certain people. Only respond to people that you know are mature. You know that they have self-control. You know that they respect you. You know that they want what you want, whatever the situation is. What I mean by that is that whatever kicks off, you may in your heart really want the situation resolved because you want to get along with the person or the people. You don't want it to be tension there, or you want a situation rectified so things can run smoothly. Sometimes it may be somebody that is very disrespectful in the workplace and you want the situation resolved. But if you confront that person, they are going to be obnoxious. They are going to be yelling, screaming, cursing, and making a scene. On the other hand, there can be somebody that there is tension between you and them, but they want what you want. They want you all to be able to work together. They want you all to be able to get along. They do not want any tension there. So when you know that somebody wants what you want in a situation, those are the people you need to respond to. Respond to people that you know respect you. Respond to people that you know love you. Respond to people who loves when there is a resolution or a solution to a problem. Don't be quick to respond to people that you know are difficult with taking accountability and responsibility. We are grown. And a lot of people will say, well, as a grown man or as a grown woman, you should always know how to handle your business. You should always give a response when somebody is calling you out on something, or somebody is asking you a question, or there's something that kicked off. But sometimes in a certain moment or situation, when emotions are high, when there's a lot of anger there, you responding can put you at risk of being hurt. It can put you at risk of being disrespected, which that would lead to a spirit of offense. It can lead the situation to turn into a bigger problem, and then more people get involved. It turns into something else, and at the end of the day, you're drained behind it. You're completely depleted of your energy or even joy or happiness that you may have had because you've taken so much time responding to a person that you know is difficult. And so I'm just here to tell you all, sometimes no response is the best response. Now, you not responding to somebody, it can look different in a sense of, it may just be you don't want to respond for a certain time period. Maybe you'll say, okay, I'm going to, give this person a response, but I'm going to give them time to calm down. Maybe they'll calm down in a couple of days. Maybe things will calm down in 2 weeks. Maybe things will calm down with this person next month. Always be able to check the temperature and say, this is now when I need to address this person. This is now when I need to address this particular situation. But use wisdom, because there are going to be situations and things that kick off and that pop off, and you are not going to be able to respond, or you should not respond. You should not respond because it keeps the peace. It calms the situation down. And sometimes when you are not quick to give a response, everything pertaining to that person or everything pertaining to the situation, it comes out. Sometimes when you respond presumptuously, a lot of things are not clear. It becomes messier and more confusing when you are always talking, when you are always giving an answer, when you always have the need to check a particular person or to prove who you are. And it doesn't get anybody anywhere. And so you not responding, it sends a message. And I don't care who it is. It can be one of your parents. It could be a friend. It could be somebody in the workplace. It could be somebody at church. It could just be somebody that you are closely associated with. But when you don't respond, that sends a message. That is letting that person know, okay, he or she, they are not ready to talk. For whatever reason, they don't want to talk. Maybe now I should reflect and look at myself and kind of play around with the fact of, okay, they are not responding to me. So they're not responding to me for a reason. And the reason is because maybe I did or said something that offended them. Or maybe they know how my temperament is and they're just over it. They just don't want to deal with it anymore. And so, like I said, guys, please understand that no response is sometimes the best response. Don't beat yourself up about not responding to certain people. Don't feel bad about it. Don't apologize for it. As you grow, as you get older, as you grow deeper in God, you are going to learn to really deal with people with a long handle spoon that you never get anywhere with. Because trust me, when you get to a level with certain people and situations that come up and you don't give a response, you've probably more than likely had a point in your life where you used to respond. You used to respond and you used to say things to certain people, but you stopped because you understand how a person is. And after you've had so many arguments and so many fights with people and there's been so much chaos, you just said, I will not respond to this stuff again. I'm done with this. So that's the video message, guys. And I hope you all learn to respond when you're supposed to. Well, it's time for me to go because I have some other things to do. The Lord willing, I will be back with another video message. If any one of you have taken offense to anything I spoke about in this video message, it's okay. It's all right. I'm not worried about it. I'm not concerned because I know you will forgive me in the morning.